Welcome to Roots. Today, having a chat with Matt, we have Lucy Bell. Welcome, Lucy.
Hi.
Thanks for coming to see us today.
Thanks for having me.
I have to get a question out of the way straight off the bat. Have you heard of the Beatles?
I have heard of the Beatles.
And have you heard of the band Oasis? They were sort of like a beat combo in the 90s.
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah. Would you have an opinion one way or the other about what is a better band?
I would say, well, I prefer the Beatles.
Okay. Interesting take.
So I would say the Beatles.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've made more of a mark on music than Oasis have, but I don't think Oasis is a bad band.
That was very diplomatic.
Yes.
First of all, that is the correct answer. The Beatles are the better band, and everybody knows it, apart from one very good friend of mine. So now that we have established that the Beatles are better than Oasis, you've just come back from university in Cheltenham.
I have.
How did you do over there?
I did all right, not too bad. Did a wee degree.
Just a wee one?
Just a wee one, just a wee 3-year one.
I hear you got a first, is that correct?
I did get a first.
I have to put that in or else your mum will never forgive me that everybody has to know she got a first. Going away to university versus like staying at home, you obviously would have had like friends who stayed here, friends who went. How do you feel like the two things stack up? Do you feel it was a better move to go away?
Definitely. I feel like I've become a better person because I feel like I'm more well-rounded now because I left and I'm way more independent than I think I would have been if I stayed at home.
Yeah.
But the only thing that is kind of crap about it is that now I'm back home and all my friends are across the water. And then I do have some friends here, but they're all like moving about the place and they're nowhere near each other, and so I guess that's kind of like the only downside to going away.
Yeah. So what you want is some sort of like communal living arrangement where you can get all of the nice people to come and live sort of roughly in a neighbourhood and be like, for goodness sake, stop moving around.
Or a bridge.
Oh yeah, that'll be, because I mean, you want people to be close enough that you could see them, but like far enough away that they can't just call in.
Well, I wouldn't mind that. I would have people over any time of the day if I could. 3 a.m. knocking the door. Fancy a wee cup of tea? Yeah.
maybe there's a TV show years ago where they talked about like the perfect distance is that they could bring you soup and it would still be warm.
Yes.
I think that's maybe on the cards.
Or like ice cream and it wouldn't be melted.
Perfect.
That kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I miss my friends. But I'm glad I went away. And then it's nice to come back and kind of.
I guess that's cool because there's always something to stay fresh. Like you come home and it's like, see everybody. You go back over there and it's like, you know, and it's like, it sounds like a good deal. But what's the scene like over there for music? Or indeed, is there a scene over there for music?
Well, the music scene that I experienced over there was really just like the students and stuff.
Sure.
So I was really fortunate to, in my first year of uni, move in with a bunch of musicians by accident. And then, so then I was like in with all the musicians and they were doing music courses and stuff. So then I was invited to all the gigs to play and things like that. And then I ended up living with the same musicians in second year and third year as well. So like I had a nice wee circle of friends that were also musicians. Some were film people in my course and then a lot of musicians as well. So I guess most of the music scene that I experienced was just the students. Which was like kind of different, I suppose, to here because it was like, I don't know, it was just it was a lot more carefree because we had so much time to just sit and play songs in the house and make things up, and it was very carefree compared to when you come back home and it's more like, okay, let's do this and this and this, let's get this sorted, let's record this, let's write this. It's a lot more structured over here, but I think it's just because I was a student more than anything else.
Okay, sure. So like, you know, you moved into a house full of musicians and you studied film. I mean, do you now have like this fully formed production company where you can just like go on tour and everybody is in place?
Yeah, it's just called Lucy Bell. I wouldn't say that I have all of those skills for a whole production company myself, but I know people that would become a very good production company if we all lived close.
That would be good. I mean, these days, sending stuff over the internet, we can make this work. What's next for Lucy Bell? Because you have had some music out, you've had some more music out. You're recording some music at the moment?
I am.
Yay,
I've
what is
been
it?
very quiet for the past little while.
Yeah,
in terms
I
of
was going to
recording.
say.
But yeah, I'm writing and recording with Owen McGarry, who I did my last 2 singles with.
Yeah,
And I'm doing a little EP.
that is cool.
So yeah, I'm actually really, really excited about it because it has been a while since I recorded anything like first year of uni. So I'm excited to kind of almost like compare my old stuff to what I'm doing now and see like what I've kept and what I haven't and how people react to it. And I just hope people enjoy it as much as I've been enjoying making it.
Sure thing.
But yeah, I'm really excited. So I'll be doing some music.
Oh, that is cool. In terms of what you've done before and what you're doing now, have you now sort of cut into a real style, or have you changed at all, or like where are you going musically these days?
I would say that like the new stuff is quite similar to what I've done before with Owen, and that's like why I went back to him.
Yeah.
Because I had all these songs written. Some of them are very, very new. Some of them I wrote like 3 years ago.
Sure.
But I knew that I wanted him to kind of bring them to life because I really liked what he did with Fools and Lost on the Line.
Yeah.
And I knew that that was what I wanted to do next. So I don't know if I've really cemented in like what I want my genre to be or what I want like my total style to be as a musician, but I know that this is what I want as like my next step.
Sure.
And who knows, maybe the next EP will be R&B, you know, or hip hop, or maybe I'll
like
do a
gangster
rap album.
Yeah,
you know.
totally.
But right now I'm quite happy with the folky pop.
I mean, apart from, trying to move down south to wherever Phoebe Bridgers is living and try to get her to be your best friend and production manager, have you any like real things that you're aiming for, or is it just that? I mean, let's face it.
It is purely just to become Phoebe Bridgers' best friend.
And get everybody to move wherever she is, and then
and then we can like infiltrate. That sounds really stalker. I hope Phoebe Bridgers never sees this.
Well, we'll tag her in this, the hashtag anyway.
I guess I do have aims and stuff for where I'd like to be, and I'd like to play a lot more festivals and gigs. I'd like to play with a band more and things like that, but it's really steps that I can take once I've got this EP out, and I can kind of sort of push it with all these other things and kind of really be like, hi, I'm here now. I was gone for a wee bit, but I'm back and I want attention. So I want you to listen to my songs and dance.
I feel like on some level every single songwriter is like, can I have a little bit of attention? That would be class. That's what it's all about. But for people who want to see more of Lucy Bell, where can we find you online?
Absolutely everywhere.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, what is your name on places?
My name is Lucy Bell Music on Instagram and Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook under Lucy Bell Music or Lucy Bell. And you can also go on my website, which is lucybellmusic.co.uk.
Fancy, and indeed old school.
Yes, and you can find my links to my Spotify, my Apple Music, and all there, but it's just Lucy Bell.
Well, that is cool. Lucy, thank you so much for coming in to have a chat with Matt.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
You're welcome.